Sebenarnya dia apa ni, lahirnya bukan zaman moden ni. Islam ni dia dah zaman selepas Rasulullah, maksudnya zaman para sahabat Nabi dan seterusnya lah, macam Ibn Khaldun apa zaman-zaman tu lah, yang kesenian dari segi apa ni, khat diletakkan di dalam apa ni, kitab contohnya lah, ataupun di seni-seni bina pembinaan ni, macam di masjid contohnya lah, di rumah pun ada. Itulah di sini yang saya pendapat saya lah, dari segi pembinaan Islam, dari segi kesenian pembinaan Islam. Dia menyeluruh pada dari segi, bukan terletak di satu tempat.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Shazwina Manmohan and I will be talking about Islamic architecture from the ones you see in Malaysia and as well as internationally. First of all, Islamic architecture encompasses a wide range of religious and architectural styles. Research shows the principle of Islamic architecture are the mosque, the tomb, the palace and the fort. The first three mosques that was built in the Arab Peninsula were simple and open spaces. As mosques began to acquire distinctive features across the world with their own culture.
The Kuala Lumpur Mosque was constructed between 1998 and 2000. It is situated on a 5-hectare site near the Government Office Complex along Jalan Duta. The Wilayah Persekutuan Federal Territory Mosque was opened to the public on October 25, 2000. The mosque's design is a blend of Ottoman and Malay architectural styles, heavily influenced by the Blue Mosque in Istanbul, Turkey. It has 22 domes made from a composite material of glass fiber fabric mixed with epoxy resin to make it durable and light. One of the grandest mosques in the world, this imposing structure can be seen from miles. Sari Design created the mosque's soaring 28-meter-high entrance gateway, a masterpiece of white marble inlaid with a dark green granite calligraphy from the Quran. Inside the mosque, a dazzling mihrab prayer wall carved in a carved marble floral arabesque inlaid with semi-precious stones echoes the daily calls to prayer for the faithful. The mihrab is a prayer niche on the wall indicating the direction of the Qiblat. The Imam stands there when he leads the congregational prayer. Behind him, men praying south stand shoulder to shoulder, thus removing distinction of status representing the equality of men before God. Women pray in rows behind the men. The mihrab is ornately decorated with a horseshoe arc shape. A narrow strip of Arabic calligraphy of a Quranic verse adorns the top of the mihrab. This place of worship and prayers also serves as a community center and an institution for the development of Islamic knowledge. Facilities for community service includes a multipurpose hall and a dining hall for the public. Educational facilities includes nursery, preschool, school, hostel, library, and a computer room. Since its completion on 27 August 1965, Masjid Negara or the National Mosque in Kuala Lumpur has become a majestic symbol for Islam in Malaysia. Its unique modern design embodies both contemporary expression of traditional Islamic and Malay architectural symbolism.
ada dia punya tu bagus juga kan, penting juga. Tapi yang lebih pentingnya kita seni bina individu Islam tu sendiri. Kenapa tak? Yang individu ni bawa ke akhirat. Kalau setakat seni bina Islam itu cantik, dia tak boleh bawa. Kalau setakat nak menarik melayu, tak bawa dia sini. Setuju tak? Itu saya kata kenapa kita nak tinggalkan sangat pasal bangunan cantik-cantik, tapi isinya tu jemaahnya pula. Lepas tu yang datang pula sambil-sambil je. Jadi kita kena fikir sini. Jangan kita nak belajar tinggi-tinggi. Degree macam ni tentang falsafah, tapi orang yang bawa tak ada sama. Apa? Macam tu juga dia. Kadang sembahyang, kadang tidak pakai. Kalau perempuan dah sana dah. Mudah saja, dah dimasukkan kata dalam internet, kemudian diwar-warkan, datanglah tengok masjid, maka kita kenallah dia. Apa lagi disediakan dengan Nabi kat sini, bercerita tentang kata apa itu Islam kita, apa Muslim. Tapi saya ada perhati kat sini, walaupun tak sampai setahun pun sama juga. Balik pada kenapa tak mau kata perkasakan ini benda tu sendiri, yang nak cerita Islam tu sendiri. Dia ceritanya pasal seni bina, bla. Saya dengar, kenapa tak cerita? Kenapa kami di sini begitu percaya, yakin dengan Islam? Tak cerita. Kenapa Allah kami nampak lihat jelas? Kenapa tak cerita? Ceritanya kita punya macam tayu. Saya bukan nak condemn di sini, tapi saya kecewa. Nampaknya macam itulah soalan jawapan tadi. Soalan kenapa memang itulah sebabnya kita wawarkan masjid dan indah macam masjid ni. Katanya semua macam di bawah masjid Nabawi. Kita tak sampai lagi. Maka ada je. Memanglah jawapan dia jadi klik, jadi famous.
The mosque can accommodate a congregation of about 15,000. The National Mosque is not only a place of worship, but serves also as an educational and social center. Religious classes for children and adults, public seminars, and social functions such as weddings and festival celebrations are frequently held in its many function rooms, which are situated in the mosque complex itself. Strategically located in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, the National Mosque is situated close to the Islamic Center and the Islamic Arts Museum. The mosque encompasses an area 13 acres and the main building covers about 3 acres of the land. Designed with 4 main gates, the National Mosque is partly surrounded by embellished gates. Masjid Al-Haram, or the Grand Mosque, surrounds one of Islam's holiest places, the Kaaba. It is located in the city of Mecca and is the largest mosque in the world. Muslims around the world turn towards Kaaba while performing any prayer. The current structure covers an area of 88.2 acres, including the outdoor and indoor praying spaces, and can accommodate up to 4 million worshippers. The Kaaba, which is the direction of prayer for all Muslims throughout the world, is situated roughly in the middle of Al-Masjid Al-Haram. It is a 15-meter-high stone structure, more or less in the shape of a cube. It was built by Nabi Ibrahim on the command of Allah. For this revered mosque, Sari Design was given the honor of making a main bar in pure white marble set with turquoise leaves and Quranic calligraphy. This combines 21st century German technology with 17th century Mughal craftsmanship to create a movable and air-conditioned structure, the first of its kind. Al-Masjid Al-Nabawi, often called the Prophet's Mosque, is a mosque built by the Islamic Prophet Muhammad, situated in the city of Medina. It is the second holiest site in Islam, the first being the Masjid Al-Haram in Mecca. The site was originally adjacent to Muhammad's house. He settled there after his hijrah to Medina. He shared in the heavy work of construction. The original mosque was an open-air building. The basic plan of the building has been adopted in the building of other mosques throughout the world. One of the most notable features of the site is the green dome in the southeast corner of the mosque, originally Aisha's house, where the tomb of Muhammad is located. In 1279, a wooden cupola was built over the tomb, which was later rebuilt and renovated multiple times in late 15th century and once in 1817. The dome was first painted green in 1837 and later became known as the Green Dome. As it stands today, the mosque has a rectangular plan on 2 floors with the Ottoman prayer hall projecting to the south. The main prayer hall occupies the entire first floor. The mosque enclosure is 100 times bigger than the first mosque built by Muhammad and can accommodate more than 500,000 worshippers. The Taj Mahal is a white marble mausoleum located in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India. It was built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his third wife Mumtaz Mahal. The Taj Mahal is widely recognized as the jewel of Muslim art in India and one of the universally admired masterpieces of the world's heritage. Taj Mahal is regarded by many as the finest example of Mughal architecture, a style that combines elements from Islamic, Persian, Ottoman Turkish, and Indian architectural styles. The exterior decorations of the Taj Mahal are among the finest in Mughal architecture. As the surface area changes, decorations are refined proportionally. The decorative elements were created by applying peat, stucco, stone inlays, or carvings. In line with the Islamic prohibition against the use of anthropomorphic forms, the decorative elements can be grouped either into calligraphy, abstract forms, or vegetative motifs. The interior chamber of the Taj Mahal steps far beyond traditional decorative elements. Here, the inlay work is not pietra dura, but a lapidary of precious and semi-precious gemstones. The Great Mosque of Xi'an is located near the Jam Tower on 30 Huazhu Lane of Xi'an, Shanxi Province, China. It was built and renovated in later periods, especially during the reign of Emperor Hongwu of the Ming Dynasty. It remains a popular tourist site of Xi'an and is still used by Chinese Muslims, mainly the Hui people today, as a place of worship. Unlike most mosques in Middle Eastern or Arab countries, the Great Mosque of Xi'an is completely Chinese in its construction and architectural style, except for some Arabic lettering and decorations, for the mosque has neither domes nor traditional minarets. Masjid Quba As-Sahra, or better known as the Dome of the Rock, is a shrine located on the Temple Mount in the old city of Jerusalem. The site's significance stems from religious traditions regarding the rock, known as the foundation stone at its heart. A number of buildings have been designed as copies of the Dome of the Rock. This includes the Octagonal Church of San Giacomo in Italy and Rumbach Street Synagogue in Budapest. This was done because the Dome of the Rock was long believed by Christians to echo the architecture of the temple in Jerusalem. The Great Golden Dome that crowns the Dome of the Rock was originally made of gold, but was replaced with copper and then aluminium. The aluminium is now covered with a gold leaf, a donation from the late King Hussein of Jordan. The dome is topped by a full moon decoration which evokes the familiar crescent moon symbol of Islam. It is aligned so that if you could look through it, you would be looking straight towards Mecca. The mosaics of the interior feature both realistic and stylized representations of vegetation and related themes. The mosaics evokes an exotic garden, perhaps the Gardens of Paradise. The Umayyad Mosque, also known as the Great Mosque of Damascus, or formerly the Basilica of Saint John the Baptist, located in the old city of Damascus, is one of the largest and oldest mosques in the world. It is considered by some Muslims to be the fourth holiest place in Islam. After the Arab conquest of Damascus, the mosque was built on the site of a Christian basilica dedicated to Nabi Yahya. The mosque holds the shrine of Nabi Yahya, honored by both Christians and Muslims alike, and is believed to be the place where Nabi Isa will return at the end of days. The tomb of Saladin stands in a small garden adjoining the north wall of the mosque. The Umayyad Mosque is one of the few early mosques in the world to have maintained the same general structure and architectural features since its initial construction in the early 8th century, and its Umayyad character has not been significantly altered. Since its establishment, the mosque has served as a model for congregational mosque architecture in Syria as well as globally. The Umayyad Mosque is still one of the most impressive in the Islamic world, with the grand courtyard and spacious prayer hall. Some of the original 8th century mosaics still remain. On the north outer face of the transept, under the gable, on the arcades and back of the west portico, and as well on the arches of the vestibule. The Mausoleum of Khawaja Ahmad Yasawi is an unfinished mausoleum in the city of Turkestan in southern Kazakhstan. The structure was commissioned in 1389 by Timur, who ruled the area as part of the expansive Mongol Empire, to replace a smaller 12th century mausoleum. However, construction was halted with the death of Timur in 1405. Despite its incomplete state, the mausoleum has survived as one of the best preserved of all Timurid constructions. Its creation marked the beginning of the Timurid architectural style. The experimental spatial arrangements, innovative architectural solutions for vault and dome constructions, and ornamentations using glazed tiles made the structure the prototype for this distinctive art, which spread across the empire and beyond. The unfinished state of the Mausoleum of Khawaja Ahmad Yasawi, especially at the entrance portal and sections of the interior, allow for the better architectural scrutiny of how the monument was designed and constructed. The main entrance to the mausoleum is from the southeast, through which visitors are ushered into the main hall known as Kazandik, the Copper Room. The section is covered by the largest existing brick dome in Central Asia. The mausoleum's exterior walls are covered in glazed tiles constituting geometric patterns with Kufic and Sul's epigraphic ornaments derived from the Quran. Kampung Laut Mosque is the oldest surviving mosque in Malaysia, dating to early 18th century. It is located in Tumpat, Kelantan. Masjid Kampung Laut was built in the 1400s by a group of fishes consisting Patani, Jawa and Brunei sea routers. It was built with architectural styles that reflect most of the characteristics of traditional local architecture and suitable to local climate, just like the local houses around the area. The original mosque had a basic architectural style structure with 4 pillars and had palm fronts for the roof. The Quba Mosque is the outlying environs of Medina in Saudi Arabia. It is the oldest mosque in the world. Its first stones were positioned by the Islamic Prophet Muhammad on his emigration from the city of Mecca to Medina, and the mosque was completed by his companions. Muhammad spent more than 20 nights in this mosque after migrating, praying qasar while waiting for Ali, whose house was behind this mosque. According to Islamic tradition, offering 2 raka'at of nafil prayers in the Quba Mosque is equal to performing 1 umrah. Quba Mosque is the first mosque built in the history of Islam and was built as soon as Muhammad arrived on the Hijrah. The old mosque was torn down and replaced with a new one. The new mosque consists of a rectangular prayer hall raised on a 2nd-story platform. The prayer hall connects to a cluster containing residential areas, offices, ablation facilities, shops, and a library. Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque was initiated by the late President of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. His final resting place is located on the grounds beside the same mosque. The mosque site is equivalent to the size of 5 football fields. The design of the Sheikh Zayed Mosque has been inspired by both Mughal and Moorish mosque architecture. Natural materials were chosen for much of its design and construction due to their long-lasting qualities, including marble stone, gold, semi-precious stones, crystals, and ceramics. The mosque is large enough to accommodate over 40,000 worshippers. The main prayer hall can accommodate over 7,000 worshippers. The Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque has 7 imported chandeliers from Germany that incorporate millions of Swarovski crystals. The 96 columns in the main prayer hall are clad with marble and inlaid with mother of pearl, one of the few places where you will see this craftsmanship. The 99 names of Allah are featured on the Qibla wall in traditional Kufic calligraphy. The dome layout and floor plan of the mosque was inspired by the Badshahi Mosque. The design of the mosque can be best described as a fusion of Arab, Mughal, and Moorish architecture.
There are a lot of different types of styles, or you can say elements of art in the Islamic art. From lines, shapes, perspective, and even tiles, different part of the world has different types of element of art. Some may be simple, some may be grand. Besides its beautiful architecture construction, the main purpose of the mosque remains as a place of worship for Muslims.